So my name is Fabian Sanchez. I'm in speech 1311. This is my outline that I will be using today for my speech. These are my verbal citations right here. And then this is my works cited page. Okay, so today my speech is going to be about John F. Kennedy. How can someone leave such a mark on the American people in such a short amount of time? Today I'm going to be talking about John F. Kennedy as the President of the United States. I have three main ideas I will be discussing about John F. Kennedy. I will begin talking about John F. Kennedy's background information. I will then pursue to talk about his accomplishments as the 35th President of the United States. Lastly, I will talk about his assassination. Okay, so I will start by giving you some of his background information. John F. Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts. This is John F. Kennedy right here. Okay. In 1941, John F. Kennedy has joined the United States Navy. As you can tell, this is John F. Kennedy. He was very young, might have even been a teenager in this picture, I'm not too sure. But this is him when he was enlisted into the Navy. He had received several honorary medals and accomplishments while he was enlisted in the Navy. John F. Kennedy had ran for Congress in 1946. Many people had mixed feelings about this. Many people had thought he was too young to do this. They thought maybe he was making a big mistake. He was making a fool of himself because they thought he wasn't educated enough and experienced enough to do something like this. Next, I will talk to you about his accomplishments as the 35th President of the United States. John F. Kennedy was the youngest ever elected President of the United States at the age of 43. This is John F. Kennedy right here at the podium. Many people thought, as him being 43 years old, and today, still to this day, he is still the youngest ever elected President of the United States. Many people thought he was very uneducated and he wasn't going to do well. He was going to run this country to the ground. But clearly he shocked a lot of people in this picture. He shocked a lot of people while he had his time as president. John F. Kennedy established the Peace Corps in 1961. This is probably one of the biggest achievements that John F. Kennedy had done for the United States. Many people thought he was the best one that he had, or in the United States presidency, he had the best accomplishment right here. John F. Kennedy had talked to the Soviet leader, whose name was Khrushchev. He was the leader of the Soviet, and he had talked to him about, he talked to him out of nuclear war, because Khrushchev, the Soviet leader, he had intentions on having nuclear war with the United States, and he initiated it. He wanted to, but John F. Kennedy wanted to talk to him in person and ask him if he wanted to talk to him and make sure he didn't want to do it anymore, because John F. Kennedy did not want to go that route and lead the United States into that, because it would have been complete chaos and everybody would have had so much things that would have been going on. It could have just made history in a whole different level. Okay. The last main idea I will be talking about is John F. Kennedy's assassination. The assassination took place in Dallas, Texas, right into the Dealey Plaza. This is John F. Kennedy right here. John F. Kennedy was riding in a highly exposed motorcade when he was assassinated. In Dallas, the area he was riding in, there was plenty of buildings around him. There was plenty of buildings around him where he was riding. So many exposed areas. As you can see in this motorcade, John F. Kennedy was very highly exposed. You can see, at least from his ribcage up, that he could have been easily targeted by anybody. Okay, so the accused assassin was Lee Harvey Oswald, who claimed he did not do it. Many people did believe he did it. They believed that they had proof on him, proof against him that he did the assassination, because they were talking about the angle that he had shot at and where the bullets had hit President John F. Kennedy's head in several directions than they believed, and they spotted him in that area, but he claimed he was not in the area at all when it had happened. Okay, I have just discussed with you information about President John F. Kennedy. I firstly gave you information about his background. Later I discussed with you his accomplishments as the 35th President of the United States. And then I ended my speech with a discussion of his assassination. The life of John F. Kennedy was tragic, but will always be memorable to the United States. Many people believe that John F. Kennedy might just possibly be the best president that the United States had ever had, still to this day. Everybody has their own opinions, but John F. Kennedy did so many great things for this country when he was president in such a short amount of time, and he truly will be missed. And that concludes my speech today.